at South Carolina Pro Day at the South Carolina Indoor Football Facility. Excited to be joined for the second year in a row by our guy, defensive coordinator Clayton White. Coach, first of all, appreciate you taking your time. And, man, always an exciting day at Pro Day, but especially with as many of your guys getting set to go play at the next level, got to be extra special for you.
Yeah, absolutely. First of all, thanks for having me on. I think this is a great opportunity for all of our guys to come out here and showcase their talent. Appreciate all the NFL teams coming, and I think it's definitely fun watching these guys perform.
Coach, is it fun to talk about the guys when you know that they're also all seem to be just great kids, great people as well? I know all the NFL teams are going to ask your opinion, but you don't have to fib. You can talk about what seem to be some really great individuals.
Yeah, I do believe once those NFL scouts, they do a great job of their homework. On the field is the easy part for them to figure out what kind of player they are, but they do a lot of soul searching. And pretty much when an NFL scout or executive asks me about a player, I know they want to know how does he learn, what's his character like, and it's definitely been pretty cool being able to talk about our guys, knowing that you don't have to try to hide anything, and you can be honest 99% of the time, and make sure that you're giving those kids a good look.
Of course, a lot of you guys got to be at the NFL Scouting Combine a couple weeks ago to Indianapolis. Nicky Moore blew everybody out of the water with all of his testing to where he was talked about maybe being one of the best guys out of anybody in the entire Combine. You're around him every single day. Did anything about what he did up there surprise you at all?
It's funny you say that because, I text Nick. I said, Nick, this is pretty cool, man. When everyone is kind of surprised at what you did, and me and you, we all knew the whole time. He said, Coach, that's the best part about it, that nobody really knew, and now everybody knows kind of, what we have brewing here at South Carolina, led by him at the Combine. A lot of guys, I thought, did pretty well at the Combine, but it was pretty cool letting the world know that they kind of breed him a little different over here in the waters in South Carolina.
What do you remember about seeing Nick actually in this very facility when he came here for his high school camp and gets the offer from South Carolina, of course, eventually commits to you guys? I thought it was kind of interesting. He blew y'all away that day, and now you're seeing kind of the NFL world find out. But I remember being here that day and being like, this guy is built different even as a high school kid. What do you remember seeing out of him when you offered him?
Yep, and that's obviously a story in itself, right? Obviously, it's a longer story, but we just remember him walking in the building, and I'm like, okay, 6'3", okay, not bad. 208, not bad. 39 vertical, not bad. 447, not bad. So just remember all that stuff, and I think a broad jump was almost 10.6 that day of a kid who we really weren't really recruiting at the time. And then just watching him go up and grab the football out the air and just how competitive he was that day. The Combine did remind me a little bit of that, so we knew he was going to show out the Combine, but he's just an unbelievable gifted athlete, God-given talent, and ultra edgy competitor on top of that.
Again, South Carolina defensive coordinator Clayton White hanging out with us here on the Gamecock Central Takeover Hour, presented by Firehouse Subs. We talk about these NFL teams getting set to draft guys here in a couple weeks, and you got to balance what's happening, obviously, on the field with production as well as the athleticism you're seeing in these individual drills. From your standpoint, when it comes to recruiting guys, bring guys in either from the high school ranks or from the transfer portal ranks to South Carolina, what's that balance like for you between, obviously, the production you see on the field, but also the athleticism and how you feel like they can fit within your system as well?
Yes. In today's world, we have access to a lot of tape, a lot of different things that really help. So you can kind of piece together what you can get from a player. Like, you can type in height, weight, you can type in speed if they hit a max speed at some point. So it's not easy to try to identify somebody in 10 days if you think they can fit your system, because the portal happens faster than recruiting. So you got to kind of do it right within 10 days, really within a day, to realize if he fits your system. So that makes it kind of hard. You're going to hit and miss. So I think we hit on a couple this year, and I think that's the most important piece, that you get the ones right.
Let's talk about the guys that were in your room. I'm sure you're proud to watch Debo and Bam and D-Knight all come out here and participate today. Maybe a little bittersweet seeing them move on, but I know you got to be excited for those guys. What is an NFL team going to get if they draft, one of those three guys?
To me, definitely love seeing the guys. They all came in yesterday. I didn't see Debo yesterday. I saw Debo today. So, and D-Knight's been working out here, so it's been awesome. To me, they're all three different players. But I think you get Debo Williams. Debo is a fan favorite. Debo is a hitter. Debo is a guy that can that's gonna make some noise when he's on the field. Bam Scott is an athletic guy, super athlete, who can really you can have a lot of fun with Bam in regards of moving him around and being versatile. And Demetrius Knight is kind of like your senior class president, your student body president, you know what I mean? And he kind of does a lot of different things, very smart, grown man, professional. Those guys are really good players and great people.
We absolutely know Debo's a very intense guy, and we talked about the other week. He didn't get the opportunity to go up there to the NFL Combine. He a little more fired up than usual today to go out there and prove some people wrong?
No, I mean, sometimes you have to just, stay in your lane and understand that, it's unfortunate that he didn't get a chance to go. I do think he definitely had a career to where he should have been able to at least be able to showcase his talents on that level. I'm pretty sure today, hope he's just focused and having fun. Today's a fun day. It's another opportunity to showcase your skill set, and I hope he's having fun and relaxed, to be honest with you.
I know tomorrow will be a fun, exciting day here, too, starting off spring ball. Lots of new faces, man. What is maybe your goal as you just sort of broadly look at the totality of the upcoming spring?
Yes, one, I can't believe it's year 5. So it goes by very fast. Very, very fortunate to be at a university in the program working for Shane Beamer, and it's been fun. I kind of have a feeling like I'm a college basketball coach, meaning it's almost like all my one-and-dones are left. I have a whole new roster, whole new linebacker room, so I'm a little bit younger.
Yeah.
I feel younger. I've been, so just because I have such a younger room, and especially on my side, and our guys, we told them yesterday, it's new faces, but the same standard, maybe a higher standard. So our guys last year showed us it's on tape on what to do in this defense and how we want it done, and I think it's going to be fun, for real. It really is. So I'm excited.
Yeah, Dawn Staley always talked about just the difference, having all those young freshmen come in for her. There may be different people than your 23-year-old guys. Do you approach this group at all differently, or not really? Just, hey, y'all know where the standard is now. It's up to the newcomers to meet it.
That's the mindset that I was given to them yesterday, and it's going to be a process, so we know it's not going to happen overnight. So we got to do a great job as coaches as implementing our stuff. But like I said, our guys showed us last year how to do it. Now it's your turn to go out here and do it. But those guys are eager. They're all very smart, which I think that's a very key thing, that you got to have the football IQ or the willing to learn.
Well, and when you look at the first two levels of your defense, defensive line and linebackers, almost completely new in just about every single area. And when you look at a season ago, you brought in Demetrius Knight, you brought in, obviously, Kyle Kennard, you brought in DeAndre Jules out of the portal, guys that had played a lot of football and had varying degrees of production at their prior schools, where you're saying, okay, now we're bringing you in here to get you to the level of playing at South Carolina, playing in the SEC. This year, you bring in guys, at linebacker in Oronquo and Murphy. You bring in, Brown at defensive end. You bring in a guy like Dindy at defensive tackle, that a lot of those guys very high touted come out of high school but haven't had a lot of production in their college careers so far, or given it their prior stops. How do you approach the development differently this offseason with those kind of guys that, again, a little more unproven than what you've had in the past?
The first thing when you say development, we got to make sure they understand just how we do things here at South Carolina, first and foremost. Make sure they understand the lay of the land. They understand how we, just how we operate. And I think the second thing is we start football school every January, so we intently, with some intents, we attack that moment just to get them on the same page as far as just our defensive playbook and how we talk and how we walk. And then tomorrow's practice. And then we're just really told those guys tomorrow to go out and fly around. Like, just fly around. Let me play football tomorrow. We don't have a ton of stuff on install 1. Just so we can kind of assess what we have and then go from there.
Everybody in the college football world now knows who Dylan Stewart is. Opposing offensive coordinators are probably going to have a plan for him week in, week out. What do you think maybe the next step is for Dylan's development this offseason?
Yeah, I mean, Dylan Stewart is another one of the guys that's a rare player, a rare athlete. Dylan Stewart is just like every other player, trying to get better at something every single day. I think with Dylan is just overall strength, just continue to get strong. He still is end of his freshman year, so he got to get, to continue developing the weight room. He's working very hard with that. Coach Day and his staff has gotten him stronger. Dylan, the main thing with him is to maintain his weight, that he's like to stay between 245 and 252 all the way through the season, stuff like that. But everything else, you can't say too much to Dylan Stewart. You have to really make sure you understand where he's aligned at, and the rest is, he's pretty good.
Again, you'll get football stuff rolling tomorrow with the on-field practices, but any names from what you've seen so far through the off-season workouts and getting to know these guys that are new to campus that stick out to you, or names that you think people need to know already?
Besides some of the obvious names, I think our guys are doing a good job. I think guys like Devontae Miles is having a really good offseason. He was a guy who just really wanted to come here so he can just flourish and see in this program and what we have to offer from a nutrition, from a development, just from a chance to grow his body. He's up to now probably 275, pushing he'll be 285, 290 when we play. I think Dindy is doing a really good offseason. His numbers that we have a little Carolina combine we do too, so he did a really good job. And then our linebackers are doing good, Murphy and J.O. I'm going to go with J.O. Y'all can call him.
That works.
I'm gonna go with J.O.
Okoronkwo.
Oh, that's it.
See,
that's a great job. I heard the K. The K was nice.
They're flexing on me by being able to pronounce that right.
Nah, I'm going J.O.
J.O.
And Cisse has really good, a great offseason, and so is Miles Norwood. It's been a good group, man. I thought we went after what we needed.
Well, Coach, we appreciate you taking a few minutes. Again, very exciting day. A lot of your guys going to get the opportunity to play at the next level here coming up in a couple months. And, man, we can't wait to see what's going to happen this fall.
Thanks a lot, man. Go Gamecocks.